Hello, class. Dr. Lennon. I'm sorry I couldn't make it tonight. Uh, this is going to serve as my 5-minute speech. Uh, so, here we go. The book that I selected is The Things I Carried, not just because it's the most recent book that we did, but it's the book I enjoyed the most. I've elected to do the playlist option, uh, and without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and run through the songs I've selected and the scenes that they correspond to, and that's kind of the point at which I'm at now. Uh, so the first song I've selected is Shoebox by Barenaked Ladies, and that's going to be a scene from the Things I Carried, from the actual chapter, the first chapter. Um, I want to have that correspond to literally the things they carried, similar to the song with the shoebox. The next song is Forever Young by Alphaville, and that would be corresponding to the short story The Man I Killed, in context of how that young man, that of course is fictitious, but had his whole life ahead of him. We'll go into that. Excuse me. Next one is from the soundtrack to Team America World Police. The song is America Fuck Yeah, and that is from the scene where they napalm the village, kind of an expression of American might. The next one is Crazy by Gnarls Barkley, and that is the scene with Mary Ann's necklace. Of course, she goes off and makes a necklace of tongues with the greenies, and, well, that's crazy. Next one is the scene with Kiowa's death, and that song is Crooked Jack by Bordega. Most people probably have not heard this song. It's a very good song. I'd recommend that you go and download it or try listening to it on the internet. Very different. It's an Irish band. Next one is Face Down by Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, and this would be corresponding to In the Field, which is Jimmy Cross's deliberations excuse me, on how to write the letter to Kiowa's father. Next one, kind of still centering around Kiowa's death, is Speaking of Courage. The song that I'm going to correlate with that is Remember When It Rained by Josh Groban. That story focuses a lot about the rain being a kind of recurring theme. Obviously, it's not the point of the story, but it is kind of symbolic of what that story is saying. Next one, this is actually my favorite song of all time, is Dig by Incubus, and I'm correlating that to Dave Jensen's story where he bashes out part of his face with the handgun in the Enemies story. Next one is from How to Tell a True War Story, and this one's from the soundtrack of Toy Story and Strange Things, and obviously maybe a little bit of a strange choice, but nonetheless, it talks about how what's true isn't, and what seems to be isn't true frequently is. So that's kind of the correlation I'm trying to draw there with it being Strange Things. Next one is from the Verpipe. The song is The Freshman, and that would be correlating to to the story Good Form. It talks about how Tim O'Brien, when he was young, he thought he knew everything, but as he got older, he realized he didn't. The song references many times that he is 43 years old now, and things have passed. The next song is Life is a Highway by Tom Cochrane, and that is from the field trip story where he goes back to the field and buries Kiowa's sandals. Next one is Gray Street by Dave Matthews Band for the Lives of the Dead, and specifically Linda's story. An additional song I'd like to add is 100 Years by Five for Fighting, also from the Lives of the Dead, and this is Tim O'Brien dreaming the dead alive. And those are the songs I'd like to use. If you were counting, you would see that that was actually 14, so I still have some paring down to do. I need to get the very specific scenes. I need to edit the songs together. But crikey, look at the time. That is 5 minutes. My time is up. thank you for taking the time to listen to me.